What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eye Bry, also known as PT. I don't know if I'm winking or blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about the last episodes. Well, I guess last episode. But how do you feel about parts 1 through 3 of The Walking Dead Season 11? Spoiler warning for all things Walking Dead. Stop watching now if you don't want to know these spoilers. Spoiler warning. So as we approach the final episode of The Walking Dead main show, just wanted to make a video and talk about parts 1 through 3, the first 23 episodes. I'm not going to cover everything because that's way too long of a video. But it's crazy to think that all these characters are alive going into the finale. And don't get me wrong, it's good. I like the characters. But it's just weird. It doesn't feel like The Walking Dead. Anybody could go at any time, but we know about the spinoffs. So it's just kind of, we're not worried about a lot of these characters, the major characters as it is. But remember when season 11 started? It was like Maggie's back, her group. That wasn't really explained like who her people were. And it didn't really matter because they were killed off anyway. They were the red shirts that needed to go. And that's what Walking Dead did this season. They killed off characters that were basically meaningless Commonwealth troopers and lower level characters. That being said, the story was pretty good, and it still is, over the entire season 11. Some things don't make sense. Some things happen very quickly. The last part seems rushed, but the whole thing with the train underground thing and who's going to get taken out, and again, it was just minor characters like Gage, and Alden ended up dying, and that's really the last character that we know that was, Alden's not a major character, but on the bigger characters list. But the whole thing with the Reapers was a build-up, trailer stuff, and fell flat. It wasn't necessary. We could have had them gone in a couple episodes, but they drug it out. That's what The Walking Dead loves to do. They drag it out, stretch it out. And Dog was in there, and we haven't seen him for a long time. Hopefully we'll see him in the finale. The whole Leah thing was just filler with Daryl. It's like they tried to force connections from season 10C, the extra stuff. And yeah, we got to have some fight scenes. The one with Negan was pretty great with the bell, and it just reminds me of, callbacks, and I love the callbacks, that's for sure. Now, we knew that the Commonwealth story was going to be, weaker, not action-packed, more of a political side of, the drama. The whole thing with Stephanie doesn't really matter now. So many things that were set up don't really matter. And it kind of sucks that there was so much build-up with Lance. How he was trying to get his own niche and trying to do this and get his own communities and get away from Pamela Milton and just have his own communities and stuff that he was running. And he did that, and it set up some things, but then he was killed off pretty abruptly. It was like build up and then boom, arrow in the neck. And I'm sure we'll see Walker Lance in the series finale, but there's been some loose ends and plot holes, and we hate that. Like, where's Luke? We finally got to see him, but for the longest time, Luke was MIA. And there's been a bunch of characters that have been MIA. The main one here is Virgil. He was there just for Michonne's exit and to bring Connie back. Just like a character, a loose end character, right? Oceanside has been that since its inception. They were like, okay, filler stuff. What do? Give it to Oceanside. Nah, Oceanside. We'll do that. Oceanside's down, right? What happened to Cindy? Rachel. I mean, we're still waiting for that. Hopefully they show up in the finale. There's a lot to do in one episode, in an hour-long episode. But Luke and Jules showed up in episode 22 and 23. So it's kind of cool to see that. But they're two people from Oceanside. And they're walking among the walkers, and they're getting there too. And they meet up with the group at the end of episode 23. But Jerry's out doing his own thing, and Elijah as well. We'll see what happens with them in the finale. The whole thing with Negan and Ezekiel was good, but we knew that Negan wasn't going to die. Maybe Annie could have, but we knew Negan was safe because these two are in their own show together. The spinoffs are hurting the final season, final part, and the finale in my eyes, but I am interested to see what happens with these two in New York and New Jersey. It's just something that draws my interest because I like those two characters, and if the story is done right, it can be a rewarding experience. As for Mercer, and the line at the end of the episode, he's about to, but then he didn't. He was arrested. And the potential for Mercer has been there. And he's had his moments. took out some walkers, saved the day, but the Commonwealth troopers are basically useless. I have a whole video about it. He gets arrested to be broken out of jail, most likely by Princess, and I want to see more of Mercer. Forget Tales of the Walking Dead and all this nonsense with characters we don't even care about. I think a lot of people would want to see stuff with Mercer, and I'm one of them, that's for sure. And then the series is ending, but now we get variant walkers. And yes, they've been there since the first season, and then we didn't see them after that. But again, it's trying to connect the dots and force things in a rushed manner. Like, to me, I've said recently that it feels like it's an oval peg in a round hole, like you're forcing it to fit. And some of it fits, some of it doesn't. So basically, the variant walkers were just here to get into the Commonwealth, as of right now. Will we see them in the other spin-offs? Most likely, because what's the point of them showing up now? But how do you feel about parts 1 through 3 and the final 24 episodes of the series? I feel like it's rushed. I think we should have got season 11, 16 episodes, and season 12, 16 episodes. So we would have got 8 more episodes. And stuff wouldn't have been as rushed. It just would have felt more complete, if there's such a thing with it. But what do you think, guys? Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. I do want to see how this finale goes on November 20th. And then Rick and Michonne, Maggie and Negan in Dead City, and the Daryl show. Daryl's show in France has been filming now for a little bit. It sounds interesting with different characters and new people there, CRM connections possible. We'll have to see how that goes. But thank you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. I do want to hear from you. So please, let's have a discussion. All my videos are discussion videos. It's interesting to see what you guys make of it. I love to know your opinions. But either way, stay safe. And as always, tell them Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.